What's going on there, DC Squad? I just got back from my vacation to the States, and this Canadian guy had a whole lot of fun. Not only because I went there for the 1st of July, and if you're Canadian, then you know that's Canada Day, so I got to give them a little taste of Canada Day, and they gave me a whole heaping spoonful of the 4th of July, and it was awesome. I'm telling you, we lit off fireworks in the driveway, and everybody else in the neighborhood was also letting off fireworks. It was awesome, and people were letting off fireworks for the rest of the week as well. Every night there was someone or someones, plural, many houses, letting off fireworks. We love our country in Canada. We don't do it quite the same way. We have a big parade, and we have fireworks and stuff like that on Canada Day, and then it usually kind of stops there. It's a much bigger deal in the States, and I'm totally in awe of how much you guys all love your country. But not only did I celebrate the 4th of July with my American friends, I also got a chance to go shopping. And shopping I did. I bought a ton of stuff. Some of the stuff you just can't get in Canada. We just don't find it here on this side of the border. And the other stuff, while we can find it, it's a lot more scarce. I'm not going to show all of it because I did get some stuff from Big Lots for my 5-year-old. I got him some Imagine X guys, and he's already got them open and he's running around the house playing with them already. So I won't show you that stuff, but I'll show you absolutely everything else. So for starters, I had a friend of mine named Mary from Very Mary Vlogs who picked up the Target exclusive Justice League set and the Hawkman and Hawkgirl set for me before I got there, which is why they're not in the packaging, because she had to individually wrap them in her clothes and stick them in her luggage so that they wouldn't take up a lot of room. I mean, they do come in a pretty large bubble, so I figured why not just have them open, right? I'm an opener anyway. But I really do like the looks of these tiny little statues, and I found it sad that because they're a Target exclusive, there's no way I can get these unless I bought them off of a scalper on eBay, or I had an American friend that could pick them up for me, or finally if I had gone to the States. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find these on the shelf anymore, so that's why I had my friend pick them up, but I really, really like the looks of these things. I think they're very cool. I also bought the Justice League Action Bat Cycle that comes with the exclusive Batman figure. I think that this is very, very cool looking. I accidentally bought two because I meant to buy it for my youngest son and then forgot that I bought one, and a couple days later I bought another one, so now I have one for me just to monkey around with, and he's got one to vroom vroom around the house. A couple other items that I've never seen in Canada, I'm sure we stock them here somewhere, but I've never seen them, is the Giada die-cast metals Batmobile series. These are neat because not only do you get the Batmobile in a scale that is perfect for display purpose but won't take up a whole bunch of room on your shelf, you also get the little tiny minifigure that stands with the Batmobile. And I picked up the 89 Batmobile because, of course, it's the 89 Batmobile, and then I picked up the Batmobile from the Justice League because that's also a really excellent Batmobile. I'll probably end up doing some custom paintwork on it or something like that, but I think that these are very cool, and I'm likely going to end up picking up the entire set of these over time because they're just so awesome. Speaking of Batmobiles, I also managed to get my hands on 3 of the die-cast Hot Wheels Batmobiles. I have the 66 one already, but I've never seen the other ones out in the wild, so I was so excited to find the 89 Batmobile, the Batman Forever Batmobile, and also the Christian Bale Batmobile Tumbler. 3 of those Batmobiles are very cool looking, and they're going to look awesome next to the 1966 one. And I'm probably going to collect the rest of these as well, if I can find them. I probably won't. I'm in Canada. We can't find half the cool stuff here. While in the States, I also picked up the PX Previews exclusive Mezco 1/12 Collective Red Sun Superman figure, one that I've been really excited about. The head sculpt is superior to the previously released one. I realize it's technically the same sculpt, but it's actually molded out of a finer skin color plastic, and the paint detail is actually, in my opinion, superior to the original one, so it's something I've been really excited about. Although technically I didn't actually find it out in the wild, I had to order it through my friend's American Amazon account. I also got 2 Multiverse Superman figures. Now, I already have the Super Friends version of Superman like multiple times over. I've never found it in the wild. I've always ordered it from different sellers. I haven't even ordered it from the same seller all the time. I've ordered it from different sellers, so I didn't buy out anyone's complete stock of that figure. This is the first time I found the Super Friends Superman out in the wild, and let me tell you, I got the only one that didn't have a misplaced S on the chest. The other 8 or 9 were pitiful. The S's were completely lopsided and off-center. They were horrible, and those are probably never gonna sell. What would you buy them for? If the S isn't centered, the whole thing is junk. I know that some people think that the figure's junk to begin with, but it's really junk if the S isn't centered. This was from a Walmart that was more stocked with Multiverse figures than I have ever seen. There was like 3 gigantic rows of Multiverse figures. It was like being in a toy store from way back in the day when they had just a ton. As a matter of fact, the toy department of that Walmart was so well stocked, I was just in shock at how long the action figure aisle was to begin with. It was like the 4th Walmart that I went to in that town, and it was the last one I went to in that town, and I was just wishing that our Walmart was as good as this one. And as far as the blue box Multiverse Rebirth Superman figure goes, I didn't find that one out in the wild, just like I didn't find the Mezco 1/12 Collective Red Sun Superman. I had to actually order that off Amazon as well. To be honest, I didn't see any blue box Multiverse figures in the wild whatsoever while I was there. Not like, oh, they've been sold out. They hadn't been stocked anywhere in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at all. The only ones that I saw were the ones that we got in Canada well before you folks did that ended up in your GameStop, which would be the John Wesley Ship Flash and the Val Kilmer Batman Forever Batman figure, and they were $26.99 a pop. I do believe that they're $29.99 here in Canada, so they were only a little bit cheaper anyway, and I wouldn't have bought a second one. One of those is good enough for me anyway. Something else that I was kind of tickled to find were these little tiny 3 3/4 inch big-headed cartoonish looking Justice League figures from Hero Cross: Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, and Flash. Never seen these in Canada, so I was really excited to find them for $9.99 a pop. To me, I feel like for what you get in the box, I feel like $10 a pop is pretty fair, and they would probably end up costing more like $15 or $16 a piece in Canada. So I picked up all 4. Sadly, no Wonder Woman. Something else I couldn't resist bringing home with me once I saw it in person was the Nano Figures Batcave with a couple packages of those DC Nano figs. For someone who was really just not interested in picking these up at all, you know, once I took a really close look at that Batcave, I thought, oh, it just looks so sweet. It's begging to have, you know, photography images taken of it. It's action figure photography, Instagram ready. It is going to look really, really awesome. And I can't get the Batcave without getting some of the figures. So I picked up like 2 boxes of the Nano figures and 1 of the Batwoman. I think this is going to be really cool. The paintwork on the figures is a little bit shoddy at times, but I'm still pretty excited about them, and I'm glad that I brought them home. And for my final DC Comics oriented purchase that I made on my trip to the US of A, I just couldn't leave this on the shelf. I had to bring it home with me. It's the Jurassic World T-Rex! Seriously, this thing is a beautiful work of art. I know it's not technically a DC Comics based product. It's a T-Rex from Jurassic World. However, I'm building myself a Batcave diorama, and you need to have a T-Rex in the Batcave, otherwise it just doesn't feel like the Batcave. Everyone knows you gotta have the Batcomputer, the Batmobile, the T-Rex, the giant penny, the Joker card, Robin's suit in a dome. You gotta have a Batman costume in a vault. There's all kinds of stuff that you pretty much need. They're staples to make yourself a really cool Batcave diorama. And the T-Rex was one of them, so he was coming home with me. Although I found him in Target and he was $59.99, and then on the way home in the final Walmart that we just happened to stop into, I found him for $49.99. If I only had known, I would have picked him up for $49.99, but still, I'm so happy I bought him because he's just so awesome. So there we have it. The complete sum total of everything that I picked up on my Canadian Ghosts shopping for DC Comics stuff in America, aside from this here Green Lantern that it was also in the beginning part of the video and I forgot to include. I recorded this like hours later because the footage from here on was blurry and stupid, so I had to re-record it. I got this as well. Head articulation, shoulder articulation. That's it. There ain't nothing more to see here. But yeah, I'm actually finished with everything. I enjoyed my time shopping in the States. If you're Canadian, I highly recommend that you take the time to go and shop there, even if it's not to save money, just to find the stuff that sometimes we can't find here in Canada. I had a blast and I would definitely do it again. But yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, please leave a thumbs up. If you are a Canadian who has been shopping like frequently in the States, let me know what it's like for you. Do you find what you're looking for, or do you come away empty-handed just as often as you do in Canada? Let me know down in the comments section below. And finally, if you think you'd like to become a super friend and join the DC squad, hit the subscribe button. Remember to ding the bell, because then you just might get notified of whenever I put new videos, but you never can tell with YouTube. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a super day.